Welcome back to our study of Hebrews chapter 2. I feel like little Johnny One Note because we are going to marvel again at all that Jesus has done for us. So, the passage, in bringing many sons to glory, it was fitting that God, for whom and through whom everything exists, should make the author of their salvation perfect through suffering. That's Jesus. We talked about that yesterday. It's fitting because that's fitting with God's nature that he would go to those levels to care for us. Both the one who makes men holy and those who are made holy are of the same family. Both Jesus and those he redeems are of the same family, which is a big deal. I was just with my family of origin. My father's passed away, and one of my brothers at the last minute was not able to make it, but two of my sisters and one of my brothers and I went to Little Rock last weekend, filming this on a Monday, and we hung out with my mom, and too much eating, but lots of laughter and lots of old jokes, right? That's what families are, and lots of laughing at things we did, inside jokes, all of that. Families are, they're all dysfunctional, and dysfunctional in different ways in one sense. But families are families. It's a bond that we don't earn. And there's a sense in which it cannot be broken. And it's saying here, both Jesus and those he redeems are of the same family. We get adopted into the family of God through the work of Jesus. So Jesus is not ashamed to call us brothers and sisters. Wow, marvel at that. I will declare your name to be my brothers and sisters in the presence of the congregation. I will sing your praises. And then again, I will put my trust in him. And then again, here I am, and the children of God has given me. Since the children have flesh and blood, he too shared in their humanity, so that by his death he might destroy him who holds the power of death. So, two things that are interesting here. One, just this whole idea of family and the fact that we get adopted into the family of God, and that Jesus is not ashamed to call us brother or sister. But the second thing is that there's a little bit of a pivot here. So the book of Hebrews has been celebrating that Jesus is, the radiance of God's glory, the exact representation of his being. He's divine. He's God. It now pivots and it talks about the fact that he becomes one of us, which is shocking, and he's going to drive this point home. So you might think that I am going to beat this point to death, and that's a little bit because today, and for the last, several hundred years, there really hasn't been much of a scandal theologically over the question of whether or not Jesus became human, became fully one of us. But that was the big challenge in the early church. So there was early agreement that Jesus was fully God. The question was he ever really fully human? And you've got, the Gnostics and the Docetists, you got all these people that are somehow saying, no, that's not fully what happened. And one of the earliest church council, the Nicene Creed, is going to be about whether or not Jesus is fully equal with God the Father, that God the Son is fully God, equal equal in divinity with God the Father. But then the next big issue, and this gets pounded out in this Chalcedonian definition, is to say that Jesus was also fully human. While remaining fully God, he became fully human. He adds humanity to deity as the hypostatic union. We talk about this. I talk about this a fair bit. But it's because in becoming fully human, first of all, it erases all the idea that, that the material world is sinful somehow, all the Greek thinking, all of the Plato stuff. The material world is good. God created it, it's good. It's not that our soul needs to be liberated from our body. And our future is not an ethereal, spiritual, mystical, magical, kind of world. It is for a real physical body, a perfect physical body. But heaven is every bit as physically real as earth, more so because heaven will not ever cease to be, and there will come a time when there will be no Chicago or Timbuktu or whatever. So the author spends a lot of time here in Hebrews chapter 2 making the point that Jesus is not simply God, but he is also fully man, and that he then, while being fully God, he humbles himself to become one of us, limits himself. It's not that the physical world is bad, but he limits himself. The creator becomes part of the creation. It's a humiliation, the likes of which we cannot comprehend. It's not that God becoming one of us is like us becoming an ant. No. I could not make an ant if you gave me the parts. Right? It is far more of a degradation, and Jesus takes that on, becomes one of us, humbles himself, but becomes fully one of us in order to redeem, to rescue, and to restore. This is all good news, and it's profoundly good news, and it's profound good news. Think about this, read over Hebrews chapter 2, be encouraged, and have a good day.